Shalom. Call Halor La Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people in the world ignorantly call God. By Hashem, in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people in the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Once again, the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son is Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Shalom also to you, Akim, you brothers that's pushing and spreading this word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh or Yahushua. Shalom also to the Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird, man, woman, child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. Though you may look like the heathen nations you're scattered amongst, which the heathen nations, as you see on this chart, the nations starting from 2 on down, those are the heathen nations. Also, if your bloodline, your lineage goes back to these people that you see right here on this chart through the man, and if your spirit bear witness with this word, this truth, and you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, woman, child, wherever it may be, this does apply to you. You are Israelites, though you do look like the heathen nations you're scattered amongst due to the scattering of these people in this chart. So you will have Israelites coming looking like the heathen, but they're indeed Israelites because they're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28, the 15th verse on down. Their spirit bear witness with this word that they are the sons and daughters of Yahweh by Shema Shah. Also, their lineage goes back to these people through the man. Also, to you few Israelite sisters that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, wherever you may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who his words going out to, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you combine, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ Yahweh Shah. I got a clip on what's going on over in Chicago, with this George Floyd situation. You basically have the Northern Kingdom, which is the so-called Latino and Native and Seminole Indian tribes, okay? You're the Northern Kingdom. The Southern Kingdom is the so-called Negroes. Basically, they're going back and forth with, the so-called black gangs of Chicago, okay? So I'm going to play this clip. I'm not going to play all of it. Then I'm going to probably show one more, and then I'm going to just get the scriptures, and I'm going to close it out. But this is madness, Oops.
Y'all gonna see, motherfucker. Y'all gonna see niggas posted. No. You not coming to Little Village, baby. Please. Please do not try it. I'm telling you this now. For your safety, not for ours. We gonna be okay. Always. Trust me. We gonna be just fine. It's fuck. But please do. For your own safety, please do not come to my side trying to buy no groceries. Please do not. Man, there's gonna be a couple of them big motherfuckers at your ass, boy. I don't give a fuck what you is. I don't give a fuck you one of the Latin folks we cool with. Hey, Latin folks, y'all should have been over there. Good, man. Y'all shouldn't have been out there letting them folk going out there and destroying y'all good grocery store. Got your mama all in her own crib and her own. What's up, YouTube? This Star Wolf. Look, the killing of George Floyd has brought out people from all walks of life. We have people.
So I'm not even going to, go deep into it. You got this Southern Kingdom, I believe he's Judah. He going in on it, but you saw that, man. Okay? Here it is. This man George Floyd, whether he's dead for real or not, which he could mostly be dead, but here it is, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you so-called and Native Americans, so-called Native and Seminole Indians, okay, you so-called protesting, this death, and then you turn around, you say Black Lives Matter, Latino Lives Matter, but then you turn around, okay, and do the same thing you've been doing before this. You go back to, killing each other. So let me just show you another video. This is in New York. This is dealing with the tribe of Judah, the so-called Negroes, and Simeon. I'm not going to play all this video either. But you got this happening over
Thank you all for joining me, all of my subscribers. new subscribers, thank you for all the support. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another story to talk about. Over this past week, there has been some information that has been revealed to us. There has been some video put out there, which we will be getting into. But ladies and gentlemen, what we have is a situation where as we are in the streets fighting for our ability to simply just live in this country, there's a lot of different groups, quote unquote allies, or not even allies, but we have agitators of the protests, and many of us believe them to be white supremacists. But not only do we have the white supremacists attacking us, we have these Latino gangs, these Dominicans, who are attacking the black community. What this reveals is the self-hate and the ultimate conquering of their people. They deny that they have any black ancestry, which is fine. We need to stop claiming these people as a whole. Now, all Dominicans.
Let me stop right there. See this? That's where that's where the confusion is. And really, this guy Esau Edom, so-called, who is the so-called white man to anybody that's new, and his seed line, it's got him written all over it. Okay, he gets off on you. Which one? It goes back to the curses of Deuteronomy 28 and 45. But Esau gets off on you tribes fighting each other, man. Okay, but that's where the confusion is, cause you let me just get the scripture. This is nothing new. This happened, okay? This happened back in the ancient world, you know? This is Second Kings, the 17th chapter is gonna go into it, right? Because you had during this time you had Jeroboam, okay, which he was the head of the northern kingdom. Whenever you hear the house of Ephraim, which Ephraim is you Puerto Ricans, it's talking about the northern kingdom mainly, which is once again the so-called Latin and Native and Seminole Indians. Okay, that's the northern kingdom. You so-called Negroes, which is Judah, Benjamin, Levi, you make up the southern kingdom. Okay, you had Jeroboam, who was head of the northern kingdom. You had Rehoboam, who was head of the southern kingdom. Okay, you had to where we were one, we were all one, we were under one banner. You know, when King David was alive, but King David passed, and you had Solomon, right? Then he passed, and then you had Jeroboam. Jeroboam, he was ruling once again over the northern kingdom, and what Jeroboam, he was going off, he was being wicked, and the people that was following after him, our people, they were following after him, the northern kingdom I'm talking about, and they were going off. Okay, in the southern kingdom, they had checked them about it. So within that, you kind of had some fighting back and forth. Okay, and what happened was both the southern and northern king, Jeroboam and Rehoboam, they both had offspring, seed line, and their sons were more wicked than them, and then they will have sons, and they were more wicked than them, and the cycle just kept continuing on and on and on. So I'm just to put a brief decision out, but there was war between the southern and northern kingdom, man. Our people was killing each other even in this time. It was a civil war basically within the tribes. So this is I'll just start at one. I'm gonna try to make it quick. 2 Kings 17:1. The 12th year of Ahias, king of Judah, began Hosea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hosea became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hosea, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria. And as he had done year by year, therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land, went up to Samaria, and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and took Israel away and into Assyria, and placed them in Halah and in Habor by river of Gozan, and in the cities of the Medes. Because that's what happened. The northern kingdom, they was going off first, so the Lord is going to go into it as I read on. You know, let me just keep reading. I don't want to stop. It says, for so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their power, which had brought them out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and feared other gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel which they made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right in the Lord their power, against the Lord their power, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city. And they sent them up images and groves in every high hill and under every green tree. And there they burnt incense in all high places, and did as the heathen whom the Lord carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger. For they served idols whereof the Lord had said unto them, Ye shall not do this thing. Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, Turn you from your evil ways and keep my commandments and my statutes according to all the law which I command your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servants, the prophets. And that's what we're doing right now. It's the same thing now. You know? Notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks like to the neck of their fathers that did not believe in the Lord their power. And they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them. And they followed vanity and became vain, like you see right now, man. That was vain and vanity you saw in that video. Okay? And went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom the Lord had charged them that they should not do like them. And I'm gonna get to the point. I'm gonna probably skip down a little bit, right? Or I could just continue on. It says, and they left all the commandments of, this is 16th verse, by the way. And they left all the commandments of the Lord their power, and made them molten images, even 2 calves, and made a grove, and worshipped all the hosts of heaven, and served Baal. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire, and used divination and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. And all these things I read, you see our people doing it now. It's just modernized. You know, now you got technology in the play. You got TV. You got all these things now. The same thing you see playing out now that they're doing to provoke the Lord to anger our people was the same thing it was doing in the ancient world, man. Okay? It's the same thing. It says, therefore the Lord was angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight. Therefore none was left but the tribe of Judah only. So the Lord was only dealing with the southern kingdom, okay? He put away the northern kingdom. The northern kingdom done so much wickedness that the Lord said, you know what? Get them out of my sight. And to the point where he gave them into the hands of who? The Assyrians, okay? He put them in captivity. And then Judah turned around and did the same thing. The southern kingdom did the same thing. Also, Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their power, but walked in the statutes of Israel which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel. So he rejected all the tribes, right? And afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of spoilers until he cast them out of his sight. Okay? So, let me see. Point was made. So this was that split. Okay? The Lord put away the northern kingdom first, and then Judah, the southern kingdom, turned around and did the same thing. He put them away. Okay, that's why in the scripture you'll see it say Judah, and then you'll say Israel. Like it says in Jeremiah the 50th chapter in the 33rd verse. There's a reason why it says that. It's because that split happened. Okay? And then Judah went into the captivity under the Babylonians. You know? So ever since then, our people have what? They've been, for one, they've been conquered by our enemies, because we all all the tribes, we have a common enemy. It's the heathen. But chiefly Esau, Edom. Okay? And what Esau did was, as he conquered you, he beat his language, he beat his customs into you. Okay? You Latin tribes, okay? You speak Spanish because you was conquered by the Spaniards, man. Okay? The conquistadors as well, And they were Edomites, basically Edomites that spoke Spanish. That's why you're speaking the language that you speak. And you Southern Kingdom, you were brought over here, okay? Because in 70 AD, we fled from the Romans, the Edomites, at that time, okay? And the Africa, and they brought you over from Africa, okay, over to the Americas, and you were speaking Hebrew, and what they do, they beat English into you. So this is where we at right now, okay? And Esau was able to play on, those things. Well, that's not your people because they speak Spanish, You speak English, you come from Africa. They come from, the land that they come from, okay? This Hosea 4:1 says, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. The main inhabitants he has a controversy with is the Edomites, man. The people that's in power, man. You so-called Caucasian people. Okay? You destroyed the earth. You destroyed the minds of the people, especially the Israelites. Okay? And you pushing wickedness. So the Lord has a controversy with them. Because there's no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. If our people did have the knowledge of Yahweh by Shema Shah, okay, you would have understood that that's your people. You wouldn't be saying, well, that's not our people, because we speak this, we live in this country, they live in that. No. If you had the understanding of Yahweh Shema Shah, you would understand that we are the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. We are all one people. We're one nation. Okay? But our people, they rejected knowledge. Okay? Here's the point. It says by swearing, because you know our people are good at doing that. I swear on my mama, you know. I swear on my dead grandmother, you know. That's what Jake do, you know. And lying, that's all Jake does, you know. And killing, Jake does that. Jake is synonymous for that, man. Especially when it comes to each other. And it's going to go into that. And stealing, and just like they was doing, because you had Jake. Jake was in them riots. You know, Jake was looting and stuff. Not all of them, but most of them. You know, you had some Jakes, you know, that was stealing things out of there. You know, you had Jakes also that was telling them to be peaceful. But they don't, Jake lack understand. They don't understand who their enemy is. Their enemy was setting them up for the okie doke. Well, anyway, it says, and committing adultery. Which look at the music that our people listen to. What's in it? Adultery. You know? Nothing but adultery, nothing but murder, nothing about but dope. Okay? Fast money and cars, man. That's all it's about. And who was behind that? Esau. Esau gave you that culture. Okay, he beat your original heritage out of you, which is us being the Israelites, and gave you black culture, gave you Hispanic culture, gave you Native and Seminole Indian culture, man. Okay, that's what he's done. And what has it done? It's bugged our people out. Okay, to the point where you don't see, you know, the Northern Kingdom as your people. You don't see the Southern Kingdom as your people. You know, it says they break out in blood, toucheth blood. What you seen in that first clip I showed you? You know, cars ramming into each other. Then they what? You heard shooting going on. That's what Jake do, man. Jake will fake the funk like they getting together for a cause, and 5 minutes later they'll find some sort of excuse to start killing each other, man. That's what they do. Why? Because they have, okay. Let me go down to the 4th verse, actually. It says, yet let no man strive nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priests. Because you strive, okay, against the men of the Lord, and you strive against the Lord himself, man. You despise his word, man. Okay? That's what Jake does, man. Okay? Blood touching blood, man. Scriptures say, I believe, if he have an evil eye toward his brother is a murderer, man. Okay? And that's all Jake do. Jake, you know, get in a fight with each other. Okay? And then it's over with, man. But really, it's because the reason why it's happening, what you saw in the video play out, is because Jake rejected knowledge. Let me get the 6th verse real quick. Okay? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, and I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. Okay? Jake, a majority of them, I'm not going to say all of them, is destroyed for lack of knowledge. That's why the Lord only left, you know, a remnant, as it says in Isaiah, the 1st chapter, the 9th verse, man. Because through that remnant is how Jake going to get back right, man. But the 2/3, don't be surprised, man. You know? Let me see. I just had scriptures and it slipped my mind. You know? Jake rejected knowledge, so the Lord rejected them. Okay? That's why they think, you know, the Dominicans, you Dominicans, man, you something else, man. You so-called them, you Simeonites. Okay? Here it is, you got Simeonites is dark, you got real dark-skinned Simeonites. And they'll tell you, sit there and tell you, I'm not black. Which we aren't black. We different shades of brown. But they want to be, you know, like the Edomites so bad, man. You know? Something else, man. And a lot of you Simeonites are really, a lot of them Simeonites, I'm not saying all of them, but some of them really could be Judah for real. You know? But they destroy for lack of knowledge, man. You know? This is Proverbs 21 and 16. You know? Actually, you know what? I'm running short on time too. I think it's Jeremiah 16. Actually, you know what? Let me just get that Proverbs 21. You know? Jake just dry bones, man. Them 2/3, they ain't gonna get it, man. Cause you'll kind of get that Jeremiah spirit, like, why can't Jake get along, man? The Lord don't want him to get along. The Lord, let me get it. Just Proverbs 21 and 16 says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead, man. Okay? 2/3 don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah on them. They just out there, man. They just wicked, man. The Lord don't want them to get it. Okay? Because the Lord is getting ready to destroy them, man. Okay? For their wickedness, man. And for what they did in the past time, man. They still got to pay for giving Yahweh Shah up to be crucified, and they still got to pay for killing the prophets. That's why they in that state. That's why the Lord left them, okay, in that dead state. And real soon, they're going to really be dead, okay? Whether it's by the Lord, having them, kill each other, okay? Whatever, man. You know? This is, I got to make this quick. Ain't got too much time left. It's going to get worse, man. Okay, because race wars is prophesied in the Bible. But in them race wars, let me just get this. Let me get friends shall fight one another, actually. This is I believe it's 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, right? Because it's gonna get worse, man. He did bring up because Judah, they known for destroying their communities, and they ain't got nowhere to go to get their food or medicine. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown place appear unsown, the full storehouse shall suddenly be found empty. And that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a complete famine now. There's no food out here. So imagine how much worse. It's bad now, but imagine when there's no more food, no more government assistance, no more nothing, no more jobs. Okay? It's going to get way worse. And the trumpet shall give a sound which every man's heareth. They shall suddenly be afraid. And at the time shall friends, okay, fight one against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand filled with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still. And in 3 hours they shall not run. So it's going to get way worse, man. Okay? Isaiah 9, goes into it. On how the tribes going to be fighting each other as well. It says, Isaiah 9 and 6, through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkness. The Lord doing all this. All this evil that's on the planet Earth, the Lord's doing this because of the wickedness that's been, pushed in this kingdom, man. He's getting ready to throw it down, man. Okay? And the people shall be as the fuel of fire. No man shall spare his brother. You saw in that video. And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry. And he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm, because cannibalism is coming back. When these people see ain't no more food out here, what you think they're going to turn to next? Eating each other, man. Okay, but here's right here. This is the 20th verse. Manasseh, that's the so-called Cubans, the Israelites. Ephraim, Puerto Rico, the so-called Puerto Ricans, Ephraim and Manasseh, and they together shall be against Judah, the so-called the southern kingdom, basically. Okay, for all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still, because even all this wickedness and this destruction that you see in the Lord, his hand is still stretched out. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and anybody whose lineage goes back to our people, you still got a chance to repent. If not, you're going to be caught up in this madness. Okay? But You're going to have the race wars. The tribes are going to get together and fight with each other, but at the same time, the tribes still going to be fighting each other. Just like you saw in that clip, okay? But the Lord, once again, he has that remnant, okay? The Lord's only focused about the elect. He's not focused on 2/3 of our people, you know? Romans 9:6 tell you for all Israel is not of Israel, you know? Because you got two Israels. You got the Israel of the Most High, which is the elect, and the 1/3, and you got the wicked 2/3, you know? Them carnal Israelites. But this don't apply to us. What you see going on between Jake and the world, don't worry about that. And I had to say it to myself because I kind of was like, what the hell? But this is Amos 9:9. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. And that's what the Lord is doing. He's sifting, okay? He's severing, he's separating the wicked from the just, okay? He's putting everybody back in their lot. This is what you're witnessing on the planet Earth, okay? Because everybody's back in their lot. It says, here's the 10th verse. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. And that sword, according to Psalms 17:13, is Esau Edom, man. Okay? He's getting ready to come down with that great wrath, man. Okay? On you tribes, man. He got what he need to do it, you know? Which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Okay? So they gonna die, man. You know? The 11th verse. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David, the house of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. Okay? And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. And this is what's happening. Amongst all this chaos, the house of David is being built. That's why the destruction is getting closer and closer and closer. It's getting worse and worse and worse because the house of David is coming back together, man. In the house of David, we all have the same mind. We have the same mind as Yahushua. Lord willing, I'm a part of that, you know? We not going to be like the 2/3. They saying, well, we from this and from this, they from that. We ain't going to be like that, man. You know, that's them. Let them do that. Okay? I got to make this quick. Okay? And as the house of David is being built, it's going to be this. Okay? This is Isaiah, I think it's chapter 11 and 11, if I'm not mistaken. Right? And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea, because Israel is scattered everywhere. We're everywhere. So the Lord's going to gather us from amongst these nations. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, shall assemble the outcast of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah and from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim, which Ephraim, when you hear Ephraim, is talking about the rest of the tribe, northern kingdom as well. Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Okay? And that's going to come through the house of David. Okay? Because when the 2/3 die, they're going to be born back through the loins of the elect. So they're going to be righteous. And that hate that we have towards each other, the self-hate that our people have for themselves, is going to be cut off, man. It's going to be no more. Okay? It's going to be done away with. We're going to be one big happy family like we once was, okay, in the kingdom, man. And it's going to start inside through the elect. It says, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim, but they shall fly upon the shores of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together, and they shall lay their hand upon Edom, you Caucasians, and Moab, the so-called Chinese, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. Okay? And that's going to come through the elect, the house of David. Okay? Just like the house of David were conquering the enemies in the ancient world, that's coming back. Okay? Ain't going to be no more of this division amongst the tribes, man. That's going to be over with. Okay? So, call hello Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Shah, Yahweh Ratazah. This was edifying. Baba Kasha, Baba Ball, Baba Ball, Abaha Ayabia, Abaha Ayabia. Shalom to the elect, and you few Aqua, if you few Israelites that do listen and learn. Shalom.